So I'm going to teach you guys as a guide of what I do to get to carriers versus Terran if you want to harass them sewer mermaid style. So we're going to look at this and kind of go through it, see what I'm doing. Put some music. Alright, so I'm getting a pylon. It doesn't have to be really close to the choke. Could be really close to the base if you wanted. I'm still working on this build. There's still like adjustments to it. But I'm making a gateway and a gas. And then this probe is going over to the base. The second probe is going over as well, right? Now the second probe is going to go up over to the third. The first probe is going to go over here, check no hatchery, no command center. Of course, you go in there, harass the SCV. Not much you want to do. You just want to be a pest a little bit. What happens is you're waiting for income. You're waiting for what is it, 400 resources. So if we look at our base, right, we have a couple things happening right here. We have one gas, right, just one gas, so don't worry about the other one, at least not yet. Technically you want to have as many probes as you can in the mineral line. These right here, you're gonna get at a normal timing, you get the gas just like a standard cybernetic core timing, and so that's normal. Your gateway's here. Your probe 2 is right here, right in this area. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna make a pylon and 2 gateways, and I'll explain that as I go, but that's what the probe's role is here. So the role is to go over to the third, or more or less an area where a Reaper won't show up, because the Reaper is going to want to go to your base. But your main objective is going to be your cybernetics core and your gateway, right? So you need this first: pylon, gateway, gas as a priority. Then you get your cybernetics core and your gateway, and so now we're setting up what we really need in economy regarding your structures. So the next income is really going to go to the nexus. That's where the nexus kicks in. You don't want to get the nexus too early because it's not part of the build. Your nexus will pop up and you don't need it forever. You know, you're like, oh man, I don't even have my army yet. Whereas if you go for the gateways right away, you don't have to worry about getting a nexus early and then 2 gateways. It just doesn't, or 1 gateway just doesn't make sense, or cybernetics core after the nexus, because it will set you really back. And the way we're gonna use the nexus is a little different than what we usually do. So we're gonna get the nexus. Now the nexus is gonna confuse him, right? So he's gonna go, oh, I've seen this before, or I've heard about this before. It's nexus. It's gonna be, he's gonna warp in some army right there. Could be workers and some zealots or something, you know, I don't know. Or he's gonna know that it's gonna be warp in now, and he has 2 options right now. 2 options. Option number 1 is that he sends a decent amount of SCVs to the nexus and tries to kill it, right, to shut it down, or bunkers up, right, gets a bunker and then just defends when it does come out and leaves it. So those are 2 main options that they tend to have. They either kill it right now, losing mining time, or not. Now for us, here's the 2 things. If he does end up attacking the nexus, it's okay. The reason why is because it's gonna just stall and cause mining time when you already have a pylon coming up, right? And that's where this play goes. So this play is you get 2 gateways here. right? So you get 2 gateways. You already got 2 more over here, and you're about to make adepts out of the cybernetics core once it's up, right? So you got 2 gates right here, and then 2 followed up gates right here. Right. So now you got this is what you call a 4 gate, no warp gate rush. You guys ever thought that it was possible to have a 4 gate, no warp gate rush? Well, that's what I'm doing right here. So I have these 2 gateways that came out. That was a priority, right? They're getting adepts. So you're going to get about 5 adepts. I think I could squeeze 6 once I sharpen this build up. With the chrono boost and everything. I think I could produce 6, but at the moment, an average of 5 is what I normally get. And that does take time to get 5 adepts. Which means that this Nexus is going to be up for a little while. Which is okay. That's kind of what you want to do. Right, so it's coming up. He's already making a bunker. He's reacting to it. He's like, well, I'll make a bunker right here. You know, just get more Marines and just let it go up. But I'll just make sure I'm defended. You got these 2 gateways. Alright, you have your adept right there. Right. So you're getting your adepts. Wise, you're not exactly gonna do anything after with the Nexus. So the Nexus it could die afterwards. We're not gonna use it again, technically. So because of that, well, sometimes we could. If he doesn't kill it, then we'll use it again. But if it's most of the time, it's gonna go down. Unless you do enough pressure, then it's gonna live. But in this case, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get adepts. We're gonna recall them at the latest amount of time. So what I'm trying to do is keep this alive, and once it's almost dead, then we recall. But by that time, we should get about 5 or 6. Right, that's why I think I can squeeze 6. I did 5 right here, and I could have just, you know, I could have got more time. But now I want to be realistic. I'm trying to stay on a standard timing that it would normally die if it's a player that's very aggressive to take it down, right? Not without SCVs, with just Marines and Reapers or whatever he gets, because there's certain ways that people try to deny it. Most people try to deny it in the most conservative way if you're higher up. So the conservative way, they'll just deny it with units that they make and just kind of shoot it down eventually. So I'll get the average of that time eventually, and I'll kind of like know it by what time I should averagely expect that I can get adepts. But right now I think I can get 6. And so I recall right here. Now the adepts, what's good about the adepts versus stalkers is they're able to shade, right? So if we have to shade over somewhere, we'll be able to do so without really getting beat up with the bunkers and the Marines and all that. With stalkers, they're a bit clumpy, so the adepts do really good in getting into locations. Now he normally doesn't have the right units for this, for adepts. Now here's the other part. Like I said, the Nexus isn't really the valued part anymore. You already got the adepts. The next thing is going to be the gateways. The gateways, you're going to get stalkers. The stalkers are going to be so you can deny the expansion. And so once you deny expansion and go up the ramp, you can do some harassing. He's going to try to defend it. So most of the time the bunker, you would want to have the bunker where it's over here. So by putting the Nexus somewhere, like if I made it over here, probably his bunker might be a little closer, which would be far away from the supply depots. Alright, so I come over here, kill some SCVs, right? And I'm opening up the supply depot in case I can get some stalkers up. Now during this time, right, it's not over. So during this time, while you're getting your adepts to go run around, because the adepts are really good to shade around so that the tanks don't splash you too much, because they're going to want to position themselves where you can't get away without getting hit. But the shading allows you to get right on them and kill the marines if he gets too close, right? So you can micro with the adepts. There's strategy to it. You can really damage the economy, because at the end of the day, all you're doing is just keeping them on one base and damaging his economy. Now, if he has no bunker by his entry, then he can possibly die with the 2-gate follow-up stalkers. Alright, so you go in there with like 4 stalkers, go up the ramp. If he has no bunker, you'll be able to kill all that stuff without him doing anything, because he'll have a tank, but it's a lot harder with the adepts. So there goes the Nexus. Alright, there goes my stalkers right there. And during this time, I'm making a Nexus, right? And I made a Nexus at the top corner. The reason why I make it, I use this probe. The probe that built the 2 gateways and the pylon comes over here, and his role is to make a Nexus. So the Nexus goes up. You're on 2 base potential now, eventually, once you do get it up. Actually, technically 1.5, because I normally use my main base over and transfer it over like a fresh base. But we have our adepts, right? In the adept situation, there's a lot of different possibilities that can happen. You know, sometimes they can play like this where they have to be defensive because they didn't make enough units and they have to wait for the tanks. Or sometimes they just go in trying to guns blades. They lose SCVs, but they take care of the problem eventually. So it varies. That part varies. The objective right here stays the same. You have stalkers and he just doesn't, he's not able to just take that base. And that's where you're getting your second base. Now you're getting void raids, or in this case it's a little different. In this case it's carriers. Right, so we're keeping the Terran player on one base. We're still denying him his expansion, which he's been waiting to mule up. He doesn't want to mule the main base because then he'll start chewing it up faster. So he's been waiting for his mules so he can land it and then start throwing his mules down. Nope, that's Stalker. I wanted to check the surroundings to make sure there's no floated command center. Now on the other hand, on my side I recall my probes. So in this part, I'm only recalling some, not too many. But it's the majority of them. There's only like 4 right here, most of them I sent here. The reason why is around this time, throughout the process, around this time is the time where he'll come in with the Liberator, or he'll come in with like a drop or something. And so it's better to recall your whole probes than for him to know you recalled, or for him to know that you disappeared, even though he'll go, hey, where's his stuff? Because he still has to go check down here at the natural sometimes to figure out, oh wait, he's not even there either. What the hell? It stalls, right? But it's safety. It's better to build from here after you recall most of them here. We got our our fleet beacon. Now, the good thing is I have been developing Stargate strategy for the Nexus rush / 2-gate proxy rush to keep him, all because I just want to keep him off 2 bases. And so by doing so, we're going into a fleet beacon into Stargate play on 2 bases, 4 gas. He's on 2 gas. And not only that, is because he's contained, he's actually he's having to spend his gas on tanks. And tanks aren't going to save him. In this case, it would have to be Cyclones. And then even with Cyclones, it's a little different because now you can utilize this strategy and you can go void raids. And you can get your flux veins. And just use a void raid play from here on. And you can get more bases if you want. Take another base at the bottom, which I add another potential. Normally it's like right here is where I'm gonna have it. This is just checking for the command center. But yeah, flux veins you could do with this build for sure. Terrans will be pissed off. Sorry, Terrans. I'll get you guys something. So I'm going carriers off 4 gas. He's barely trying to mine. And you still have this base, right? This base is a decoy base now. It's practically mined out in regards to, like, it doesn't have much potential in the future. This one's really good, nice and healthy, and it's safe. Remember, it's not good to just get caught out of nowhere and just lose all your workers. So I'm getting my my carriers. On the other hand, he's setting up. Now everybody plays a little different. Some people just go straight for the attack, but other people they're a little defensive because you just came in with stalkers. And he's not sure if you're outside playing very like aggressive all in. Doesn't really know much. All he knows is, oh shit, there's a what? Oh damn, there's a mosquito running around. I gotta kill it. Trying to get my blood. It's like a viper. Try to go for the base. There go the carriers. There goes the mothership. Ain't nothing like a mothership and some carriers. 10 minutes into the game, not bad, right? 10 minutes into the game, we got mothership carrier. We Nexus rushed this Terran with the depths, and we stalker harassed them, pushed them off base. And now, right behind it, even if he does kill our base, right? Even if he kills it, we already have a decent amount of carriers. And we still have 1 base. So if we even lose the bottom base and we kill his natural, we're still in the lead technically. Right, so now we got that. Got the carriers. Waiting for a couple more, or that last one probably. Oh shit, it always sucks when you lose the starport medevac. Yeah, he's gonna go kill. That's what I'm talking about. They go drop and kill the main base. Bad timing. Yeah, you see how the mothership can take some beef. He's not set up with too much. I'm sure the interceptor is not gonna last. The turret's not gonna last that much, even if he does. But he's got to utilize his scans, and even then, it's not the easiest thing to do. He's trying to get the turret. Focus fire on the SCVs if he does. Let's see, do I? Nope. I didn't go for the SCVs this time. Okay. Yeah, I moved on to the tech. Yeah, whenever your interceptors start going over here because they're getting attacked, try to attack something on the other side, and then that just brings all your interceptors back. You don't want them to kind of hang out over here because you don't have anything that you told them to do, so they just die over here with the killing the bunkers or so. So target something, and that allows your interceptor to just go straight over there. You don't have to worry about the derping. Yeah, he's trying to get some blood right now. He's like, because I got my sweater, so that's my +1 armor right here. That's right, baby. Yeah, and yeah, that's yeah, of course you keep macroing, change your, you know, getting a better comp. I didn't expect my base to live, right? All of this was in the process of this dying. So technically, I already have, I already calculate the fact that this should already be dead. I should only have this, and this is normally what these are my means, you know. This is where I'll take another base at the corner once I have control. But for now, it was just focus on killing the right tech and focus firing on keeping them from getting cyclones and all that. Just killing everything here, especially the supply depots. Oh, I came in with the whole shebang. I could have probably recalled my army over there. That way I could recall twice, but now we got Storm for Bio and a lot more carriers. Ooh, shot down that medevac. And that is a really fun build that I think you guys will like, especially with the flux veins coming out soon. I'll try to bring out more of this play down the road, just to give you guys more situations and more ways of Terran dealing with it. So cheers.